Here with Caden Anderson, who is the starting pitcher for the Glenwood Rams tonight. Caden, you went 6 2/3. Pretty solid outing all around. It was a close game the entire time. Just talk about your performance personally on the mound.
You know, it was hot. The ball was slipping out, so I couldn't really get my fastball in as much as I wanted and use that as a strikeout pitch, but everything else was working, so used it to my advantage to get all those strikeouts.
Both teams stranded a lot of runners in this game. You guys stranded 12, Atlantic stranded 9. Talk about as a pitcher, you know, as you're putting base runners on, but then you're getting out of the inning over and over and over again. How did you handle that?
You know, I just acted as if they weren't on. I just had confidence the whole time that I could strike anybody out at any time, and just, yeah, I wasn't going to let anybody else score.
What was the mentality amongst the team as you guys kept getting base runners on, couldn't get any across there in those first 5 innings, then finally in the 6th you were able to get across? How'd you guys stick with it?
You know, I think it gave us a lot of confidence. You know, we had 11 hits or something, so everyone knew we could do it. It just took time to get them in.
All right, so talk about, you guys are moving on to Harlan on Monday. Talk about what you guys are going to do over the weekend, just kind of preparing for that game and your goals as you head up there for that one.
We're just going to make sure everybody knows it's doable. I mean, at this point, we have to beat every team if we want to keep going and give everybody confidence in the world that we're just going to go beat any team. I mean, it's a beatable team for sure, and I think we got the guys to do it.
All right, thank you, Caden. Congratulations.
No problem.
Here with Glenwood head coach Kurt Schultz. Coach, it was a tough-fought game. It was close.
Yep.
It was a heart-pounder up to the very end, but you guys are moving on. 3-2 win over Atlantic. Just talk about that game.
Well, we put a lot of men in scoring position, and we didn't get the hit. So I don't know. We probably had 10, 12 guys left on base, easy. And we finally, in that 6th inning there, we finally pushed 3 across, and finally made it count and got some guys in. I think Caden Anderson pitched overall a really good game. He got out of some really tough situations, striking them out, you know, and just throwing strikes. Early on, too many pitches, but he dropped down in the later innings and didn't throw quite as many. So, yeah, it was good. Good win for us. Yeah.
It seemed like both teams kind of stranded a lot of runners. Both teams guys had a lot of guys on, couldn't get a lot of runs across. How do you keep the team focused in a frustrating game like that where, you know, it's just kind of suspense all the time with runners on, but nobody's scoring?
You just got to keep talking to them and keep them up, you know, and you just keep positive comments all the time. And when we hit the ball, we had, I don't know, 10 hits or whatever, and we were hitting. It wasn't like we weren't hitting and it was going to happen, I think. And you just keep telling them it's going to happen, and I think it did. So.
Talk about Caden Anderson. You already touched on him a little bit, but just talk about that last inning. In the 7th inning, when he came in, he only had 10 pitches left on his maximum pitch count, but he was able to get 2 strikeouts out of that.
Yep.
What do you think basically of that and his overall performance?
We talked before I left the mound, and he says, I'm going to get it. I'm going to go my limit here, and I'm going to get him. And he went out and did it. So more power to him. He just pitched a good game. You know, he threw a lot of strikeouts, and that was good. That was good.
Talk about JD Colpitz. He had a big night hitting at the plate. Just talk about his performance tonight.
Well, JD's he hits the ball hard. He hits a lot of hard line drives, and he's got a little bit of pop. He's put a couple out this year, and he's always good because he'll drive the ball to any field, and he did, and he helped us for sure. Yeah.
Talk about Nolan Little's performance both behind the plate and at the plate. He laid down a great bunt for a hit, and he had some really big pass ball stops.
Nolan has been tough all year. I mean, he's caught all but 3 innings of our season, and I'm serious, all but 3 innings. So he's a workhorse. He blocks a lot of pitches, and we had a chance to throw a guy out at second base. I thought we had him. It didn't happen, but he works hard. And then, of course, I've talked to him about bunting all year long, and because he's fast and he does a good job. He can lay that bunt down pretty well, and he's done it before, and obviously he did it tonight too.
So lastly, just talk about moving forward, right? You guys are going to Harlan on Monday night. You have the weekend off, and then you have to travel right away to play that game.
Right.
Talk about that matchup, what the strategy is going to be now that Anderson has reached his pitch count, and just what you guys are going to work on.
We've got 3 or 4 pitchers that we can throw on Monday, so we're ready as far as that's concerned. I mean, Harlan's going to be tough. They're a good team. They're well coached. We just got to go up there and not make errors and keep hitting the ball, and I think it'll work out for us if we do that.
All right, thank you, Coach. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks.